Hello, my name is Miriam Heller, and I'm going to be speaking with you about learning to play and work with fire. I'm a student at Georgia Tech, and this is for the course in Health Informatics. I will be providing 5 very short tutorials. This first one addresses fire and why it's significant. The second one will explain and set up a fire sandbox. We'll then associate some security with that fire sandbox, and then we will use the fire sandbox to expose fire with CRUD operations. Finally, we will discuss bundles, which are an important detail to successfully getting fire data. What is fire and why is it significant? Well, it stands for Fast Healthcare Interoperability Resources. This is an HL7 draft standard to exchange electronic health data based on a formulated data model for healthcare that describes everything in terms of resources. It's an ontology, and the resources as well as any supporting data types that are necessary for the description. Additionally, it involves an application programming interface, an API, that enables users to interact with that data model. Why now? Because there seems to have evolved a gap in terms of providing healthcare and patients taking responsibility for their own healthcare and patients having access to healthcare information. This all is part of a strategy at this point in time to increase patient engagement. Another issue has been that healthcare data has historically been offline, it's historically been siloed and inaccessible to patients, actually, as well as providers. This has prevented patients and providers from getting a complete picture of their patient health. Data has been is becoming digitized, and it is becoming therefore more transparent. But the amount of data has also changed radically. We have a plethora of real-time data coming in. We've learned so much more about genomics, and we're getting genomic data on regular bases, proteomic data, environmental data, and nutritional data. Fortunately, there are technological solutions that have evolved, and there's now a move to put all of the healthcare data in big data storage and utilize cloud computation, just like other forms of big data. Why is fire important now? As I said, we have a lot of legacy systems. In fact, the largest providers have systems that are so large that they do not dare to try to rebuild them. Additionally, we have a wide array of operating systems and devices, mobile devices, handheld devices. We have devices that are monitoring people throughout the day, Fitbits and such. All of those data could be consolidated with interoperability, and that thereby provide a better picture of patients' health. A technology like FHIR also encourages integration and extension because it's open and free. There are also opportunities with the new FHIR standard, and the fact that it exposes discrete data elements as services, so that an individual can look at certain aspects of health as revealed by the associated data, instead of taking a document-centric approach such as CDA, in which you get all of the data in one chunk. It's hard to chunk it out. Finally, FHIR has an HTTP basis to it, so it supports real-time data collection and promises to offer solutions to use cases such as epidemic tracking and adverse drug event warning. The basic building block of FHIR is the resource. It's a common way to define, represent, and build resources from data types. FHIR offers common sets of metadata for its resources, and every resource has a human readable part so that people can actually talk about it. Resources are used in resource description frameworks to bridge operational data exchange and formal knowledge processing systems with semantic interoperability rendering that is used in the Web 3.0. This is an example of a patient resource, and if it looks a lot like a database, that's because that's what FHIR is. The structure of the database is extremely complete, though, and this does not show all of the attributes associated with a patient resource. If you go to the FHIR website and you click on the resources menu option, you'll be able to see all of the resources. Just a few of them are displayed on this small part of that page. Notably, patient is displayed here. Organization is here. There are also resources that are observations. There are resources that are the medications, and so forth. The reference that I've used here is just trying to define FAST and get some data on it. And thank you for your attention, and stay tuned for tutorial number 2.